Getting ready to take this trail here. There's a Harrison County State Forest. It's almost dark. Sun's just going down. It's about 9 o'clock. I don't know what's going on down the road. Sounds like a big party. Maybe it's part of the 4th of July celebration, which was yesterday. I don't know. Anyway, get ready to take this hike. Take a little hike. This is the bridle trail at Harrison County State Forest. Well, I think it's called Harrison State Forest, but it's Harrison County. This is the bridle trail, so we went on it last night, me and Jay Burke. So thought I'd come back. Go on it again tonight. I think it's about a 2-mile loop. I think I'm on the correct side. I better check my app. Good thing I checked my app. This is not the side I wanted. I wanted on the other side. The other side's a 2-mile loop. I'm not sure how many miles this loop is, but I'm not into all that. It goes pretty far back. 2 miles should be plenty. This is not the side we were on last night. It was the other side. That's why, as I started going down, I thought it looked different. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I got these headphones on, so that party down the road sounds pretty loud, but can't tell what you can hear. Got about a half moon tonight, so I should have plenty of light. That's good. It's gonna be my last night. I'm gonna head home tomorrow, but figured I'd at least get one good solo hike in before I go. Got my bear spray. This trail's pretty torn up by the horses, at least this first part of it. But after you get down the ways, it's not too bad. It's kind of muddy though right through this first section. It's almost dark. We went last night, me and Jay Burke, and at this one section of the trail, it was kind of narrow, and the tree line was right up at the edge of the trail, and something took off right next to Jay, and it freaked him out. He backed up real fast, almost knocked me over. But because said he couldn't tell if it was coming out of the bushes or running away from him. I heard it, and I probably got it on recording. I haven't checked the recording yet, but it probably would have made me jump too, because I mean it was right next to him. But we never did figure out what it was. We looked, didn't see nothing. Sounded fairly good size. I mean, it wasn't a rabbit or something like that. It was bigger than that. I was thinking it was probably a deer, but we never did see it. Although usually deer do that snort when they get startled, but not always. So probably a deer. We never saw it, so might as well say it was a deer. Definitely a good trail to watch for prints. Something that might have crossed the trail. Should have grabbed my backpack that has my plaster. But if I find a good enough print, I don't care. I'll go all the way back and get my plaster and cast it. But I doubt if I'm going to find one like that. Pretty thick. At least on that side. This side's kind of open. Another reason why I wanted to take this side is it's not as hilly as the other side. You don't care about the hills on a horseback trail because the horse is doing all the work, but if you're hiking it, I'd rather not do all the changes in elevation. Well, this is uphill here, but it's not too bad a trail. Pretty dark already. At least back in there. Can't see back in there at all. Just heard something over there, but not sure what I heard. These headphones make it so nice for being able to hear. Especially for somebody who worked 35 years in construction. My hearing's not the best, so these things really help. Hearing something. I heard something on that side, and I just now heard something over here. Might be deer on the move since it's almost dark. I think this is some of our own footprints from last night. Raccoon come through. Little tiny deer. I've seen several really little ones. since I've been over here. Pulled 4 ticks off of me today. None of them were dug in, but found 4 of them. That's why I prefer going in the fall and winter. Although you still can get ticks, but not near as likely. Alright, I need to take a look at my app and see what this fork does. Alright, doesn't even show it on the app. But I think apparently the camp is that direction, back to camp. But it's pretty good ways in that direction. This is the way we went last night. I remember now that we stopped at that fork and then ended up going this direction. Water source over there. You can kind of see it through there. Little pond. Probably can't see it on the phone, but it was a spot like this where whatever that was took off. I thought it was farther along, but I do remember we could hear frogs. I don't know. I don't know if it was right. I think it was farther down. But it was similar to this. Because the trail went pretty close to the woodline. Whatever it was like right at the edge and it took off. And it was real dark. We couldn't see anything. Except with our headlamps. But I think it was a different area, but it was very similar. Always looks different at night. I don't remember this branch being here. It might have fell since then. look at my phone to look for prints because it's too dark to look with my eyes. I think mostly it's either horse prints or prints from us walking through here last night. That kind of looks like a little trail right there. Well, it looks like a trail that something's kind of got in the way. That makes me want to check it out. Awful lot of debris in the way. Getting pretty dark already. Kind of like a tunnel back here. Something just took off over there. Kind of creepy right here. In fact, I'm getting that creeped out feeling. I mean, it's kind of an odd coincidence that all this stuff is across this trail. I just heard something again over here. Might have been a nut falling, but I heard something. Going downhill pretty quick. Which means I gotta come back uphill pretty steep. I don't know. Looks like it kind of dead ends down there. Can't tell. Let me shine the flashlight. I forgot I got a flashlight to give me a little more light. Let's see. Well, I thought it would. Oh, I forgot to put the battery in. I left the battery on the charger. I forgot to put it back in. Shoot, that's not good. Let's see, I got this other headlamp and it's fully charged. Let's get a little more light. There we go. Can't tell if that ends or not. Huh? Looks like it kind of levels out. I guess I'll keep going. I don't want to just keep going downhill and have to climb this hill to get out. Let's see. And it really drops off on this side anyway. Can't tell. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't level off. Maybe it just keeps going down. A lot of debris and branches like blocking the path. That branch right there is like down across the path. Something just heard some noise over here. It may have been a nut falling. I don't know. something. Hot. I waited till dark because it was so hot. It's like almost 90 degrees today. Hasn't cooled down very much though. I'd say it's still in the 80s and real muggy. Well, let's see. I want to keep going downhill. Then all you're going to hear is me breathing heavy. When I come out. Can't see what's past there. Let me see if I can get some light on. Looks like a couple branches just down across there. Okay, looks like it goes back up. I don't know. Trying to figure out why this branch is down across the path like it is. I don't know. Well, I think I'm gonna head back up. This doesn't look like a very user-friendly path, so just had me curious when I saw it was all blocked off up there. I'd rather stay on the trail. It's a little easier to maneuver. Kind of in between a drop off here and a ridge right here. So in other words, there's no good way to go if I had to go except straight up this hill. Somebody coming up the road. It's a bit dark. Although it's not completely dark, I can still kind of see. Just couldn't see when I was back in there. Can't believe I forgot that battery. Made sure I had it fully charged. And then forgot it. This flashlight has like a special battery, and it's pretty pretty bright. But don't do no good when the battery's not in there. This is an open area here. I remember this isn't it, but somewhere along here there's a big open field. A big hay field. We walked down in it for a little bit. Hear voices. I was trying to tell if they were stopping down there on the road or if that's what I was hearing when I first got here. Sounds like there's a party down the road. Down the road from here, not too far, there's, well, I guess it's a little ways, but anyways, on the same road, if I was going on down from where I pulled off here, if I kept going. Anyway, if I would have kept going, there's two houses that have one of them real big cutout Bigfoots out by the road. And then the one house has a sign on a tree. It says Sasquatch Lane. Pretty cool. And that's just a little ways down the road from here. Sounds like they're doing fireworks. I did see on the BFRO there's like 13 reports for Harrison County. And pretty much all Harrison Forest or right around it, pretty close. I don't know what they got going on over there. Maybe Bigfoot came out and made them stop the fireworks. Somewhere off in that direction over there. Even being 4th of July weekend, there was only one other person camped at that campground where I'm at. Totally free campground. There was one other camper across from where I'm at on the other side. Not real close. But we've pretty much had it to ourselves the last couple of days. So I'm thinking if it's only one other camper on 4th of July weekend, it probably stays pretty empty, which is surprising because it's a nice little campground. It doesn't have a shower or electric or anything, but it does have a vault toilet bathroom. I don't know if that's going to increase my chances or hurt my chances. No idea. sure they're probably used to hearing gunshots, especially out here. I've heard several. Not that those are gunshots, but they sound close enough. Getting pretty dark. That was a bird. Something over here. It always looks lighter. I heard it again. I think it's a bird. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, it always looks lighter in the camera. I can't see. Well, I guess you can't really see with the camera either. Can't see up there very far at all. I can just see where I'm stepping. Waiting as long as possible to turn on my headlamp. Ooh, getting muddy here. That's not good. Get out of this mud. I gotta look for prints with all that mud. Can't really see. Sure wish I had that flashlight going. Can't believe I forgot that battery. I can't really see if there's prints or not. If there was any prints right there, they'd be some nice ones. It's pretty muddy. I think it's all mostly from horses. Better get another light on. I don't want to miss a perfect print. Yeah, looks like it's either boots or horses. You never know though, something could go across the trail, leave one nice print. First print I found, which was a pretty nice one, was going across the trail, heading toward the creek. But one thing, maybe all that'll drive whatever, might drive something over my way, from that might be over in that direction. Might bring it this way. Not seeing any prints. Didn't think I would, but always got to check. I'd hate to walk right past a perfect one. That almost looks like a footprint. Actually, kind of looks like toes right there. I don't know if it's showing up on here, but I don't know. It's hard to tell with the light. It sure does look like toes. Let me see if I can hold the light. Looks like toes right here and here. I don't know if it's showing up, but I don't know. Sure looks like it. Seems like there'd be a second step. That heel part though sure looks like a horse. So I don't know. You always got to be suspect when it's on a trail. I'd say it's probably from a horse. All right. This light is not very bright. It looks bright in the camera, but it's not very bright at all. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. I might just leave it because it looks like it's working for the camera pretty good. I can see a little ways in front of me, so that's all I need. I just can't help looking for prints. But considering we walked through here last night, all these horses, you're going to see a lot of stuff that looks like prints, so probably a waste of time to even look. Okay, up here I think is that where the, oh, no, I don't know. I thought this might be where that hayfield was, but I don't think I'm to it yet. Oh, that might be. Moon's lighting it up a little bit. Not quite dark. But it sure is dark when you get back in there. Right here it's kind of light out. The moon putting out some light. Yeah, I think this is that hayfield. Yeah, this is it. We walked out in that field almost, well, a little more than halfway across right here. And Jay thought he saw eye shine or something over in those trees. But it was real. He just got a quick glimpse. We never heard nothing, never saw nothing else. So, there's a couple times where we just heard something moving in the bushes, you know, off the trail, but it was probably deer. Be surprised how little I can see compared to what this camera's showing. I mean, it looks like it's really lighting things up, but it's not. It's pretty dim. Alright, see, trail splits here. I better take a look at the app again. I was listening because sounds like another car coming up the road, but keeps getting drowned out by fireworks. Sounds like there's a car coming up. I think that sound has got to be scaring some wildlife, deer, I don't know, whatever. I think it's got to be making them run off this direction. This is pretty loud. Especially that one. I mean, not only is it loud, but then you got the lights in the sky from it. Hopefully don't chase a mountain lion this way, but trail's fairly wide, at least. You're not right up against the wood line, but because it's thick on either side, you can't really see through there at all. Should have brought my walking stick just so I have something in my hands if I need it. I mean, I got bear spray, but they got to give me a second to get it out and pull the pin. If at least I had my walking stick, I could maybe hold something off long enough to get the bear spray. I do have steel-toed boots as a last resort. I can see pretty good about 6 feet in front of me. That's about as far as I can see. That's why I'm glad I got these headphones on. At least I can hear pretty good if something comes my direction. Well, I could if it wasn't all them fireworks. That's not helping. But when I was in Alabama and I saw that eye shine, I didn't hardly hear anything. I think I heard like what sounded like one step. And that's what made me look over and see it. But up until then, I wasn't hearing nothing. Totally quiet. So either they were already there, watching from a long ways off and just staying right there, or they were able to get moved up all the way to that spot without me hearing them, which is very possible. I didn't have my headphones then. Like I said, my hearing's not the greatest, so it's possible they were able to slip right up on me. It looked as surprised as I was when I first saw it. Those eyes looking over top of the bushes, and they blinked. They didn't take off right away. They stood there looking at me and blinked. And I hurried and grabbed my phone. I had to look down to hit the record button. Just that time, I looked down and back up, and it was already gone. So it didn't wait around at all. But I mean, it hesitated for a second. I just wish I would have had my phone like I did. That's why I'm doing it the whole time on this hike. Because if I'd had my phone from the start, I would have got those eyes where they blinked, looking over those bushes. I would have had it on video. But at least I did catch a little bit. Even though I didn't know I caught it until the next day when I watched the video. At that time when I got my phone out, I never saw anything. But it was there, I just didn't see it. It was so fast when it ducked behind that tree. The only way I can describe it is like a cartoon. It's just like a blur like they show in a cartoon. Thought I heard a whistle, but I think it was a bird. But I keep saying still to this day, I've never had a sighting, but those eyes hearing it again. Can't hear anything with all that noise. That's got to be freaking out some wildlife. Anyway. Anyway, I keep saying that I've never had a sighting, which I still feel that way. But those eyes that I saw, in my opinion, there's nothing else it could have been. They were taller than me. They moved to the right so fast that it didn't even seem possible. So not only did I see him taller than me and saw him blink, looking over those bushes. I don't think I could have reached the top of the bushes if I walked up and tried to reach them. I don't think I could have reached how high the bushes were, and they were looking over them. So I'm not going to say how tall I think it was, but it was taller than me. And I will at least say it was more than 7 foot. I'll say that much. I'm not going to say for sure, and I wish I could have gone back, but it just didn't work out where I was at. I drove an hour from our B&B to get there, and it just wasn't feasible for me to go back to get measurements or anything. I would have loved to have had Kim go back with me and me stand on the other side of the bushes and her take a picture. I mean, I don't think you would have seen me at all. Well, I knew you wouldn't have. They were taller than me, so maybe if I raised my hands, I would be curious to see if you could see my hands if I would have stood on the other side. But I didn't get the opportunity to do that. So. But anybody that's watching this, if you ever get out and catch something like what I caught, especially if you catch a figure, even if it's just a dark shadow, it's always good to go back the next day or a couple days, whenever you feel comfortable with somebody, and have somebody stand in the exact same spot, or even at the very least just go back and take a picture and show that there's nothing there now, so you see that whatever you saw is not there anymore. But it's best if you can get somebody to stand there in the same spot and take a picture, especially if it was something huge, because then it shows the difference in size, and that gives you a lot of credibility on whatever it was. We didn't go this way last night. We turned around. So this is all new area right here. I know there's got to be water down there, but Alright, I'm gonna stop the video for a second. Hopefully nothing happens. And just take a screenshot of where I'm at on the trail. Alright. Nothing happened while I took a screenshot. It's what time is it? 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. So it's definitely getting dark. But we got the moon right here, giving us a little bit of light. Yeah, it's getting dark back here. I can't help but think all the fireworks has have put things on the move. There's got to be a lot of things on the move right now. So I don't know if that's good for me or bad for me. But considering they're way off that direction, maybe they're pushing this way. Because it's open over there, like open fields, looks like. So anything back in these woods is going to be on this side, especially when there's a water source over there. So feather. I think we did come this way a little ways. Whoa, that's loud. Last night, because I think Jay saw that feather. And I think it was right along here where something took off. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm gonna look at the app again because our track from last night should be on there. Let me look real quick. Okay, yeah, this is the way we went last night. So I think it was right back here is where he heard that. Because I remember there was just like an open spot that we were looking down. Where's that at? There's an open spot along here. And when we heard it, it was real close to there. And we were looking down that open spot trying to see if we could see anything. Right here. Yeah, right here. The open spot that we were looking in. So it was somewhere right along there. Right in there was where it jumped, took off. We both heard it take off. And it didn't sound little, it didn't sound like a bunny rabbit. I'd say it was a deer. It might have been bedding down right close to the trail, I don't know, but we didn't hear it very long. We just heard it take off a few steps and that was it. And we were looking down in there as much as we could, and then especially at this open spot, I remember we were looking, but we never saw nothing. We were trying to see where the water is. We can't even really tell where the water ends. I don't know if it's right there or on farther back. But there's definitely got to be water down in there somewhere. I think the batteries, there's that feather. Because it's right after that is when Jay found that feather. So this is the way we went last night. I think I missed my turn for the loop, which is what happened to us last night too. But we ended up coming to that field, that big, or no, I can't remember. We turned around at some point. I don't remember what we did. I know we didn't go the whole 2-mile loop. And I forgot to look to see how far we did go. I'd say it was over a mile, but not sure what the total was. See, it's kind of open over there. I think there's a field over there. I remember coming down the road, there's big farm fields on both sides, and there's a bunch of no trespassing signs all down through there. Well, it was down the ways, I guess. It wasn't that close to where the trail was, so I don't know. But it definitely looks like a field over there, so if there's anything around, it's going to be in this area, coming from over here. And it's loud. I'm really surprised it hasn't chased up some deer that ran past me or something. Who knows, maybe they're just not running this direction. Maybe they're running a different way. Can't see very far in there at all. Kind of sucks having all that fireworks because I can't hear if anything's moving around. So that's not good for me either. find a big rock I could just sit on for a while and listen, but I don't know how much I'd hear with all these stupid fireworks. Don't want to sound anti-patriotic, because that's certainly not me, but it's just annoying when you're trying to listen. And I know Wally, it scared Wally pretty bad. That's what my wife said. Hearing them last night. Neighbors were shooting some off and scared him pretty bad. I wanted to bring him, but I don't like to bring him when possible bear. You know, he's all black, so it's hard to see him at night. And if he sees anything moving in the woods, he goes after it. Deer, raccoon. Even though he's a big chicken, he does go after deer, raccoons, possums. So, with coyotes, I'm just a little nervous about taking him at night. I wish I could, because he'd let me know if there's anything around, but I also wonder if that doesn't hurt my chances, so I don't know. I mean, I do like taking him. He loves going in the woods, for sure. I like taking him camping. Thought it was coyotes for a second. It was people hollering. Must have been the grand finale, hopefully. I think it's the town of Jewett, Jewett. I think that's the nearest town, so I'm guessing that's where all that's coming from. I don't know. Sounds like it's getting quieter now, finally. That's good. Now it's on the other side of me, going off. You wouldn't know which way to run. Somewhere over there. Don't see him, but I sure hear him. Thought I heard something here on my left. So hard to tell with all that noise. Can't seem to catch Burke. I should have come out later like I normally do. That's why I'd like to find a rock or something just to sit on and sit and wait for a while. Looks like another split in the trail. Better take a look at the app again. Yeah, I wish it wasn't so hot and muggy. It's kind of killing my desire to make another loop. Sweating like crazy, 10 o'clock at night. Huh. Where am I at now? Big open field. Oh, I better look at the app again. Okay. I see what I did. I went the wrong direction at that fork. I should have gone the other way. Should go this way here. Actually is not real far, like a quarter mile back to the car from going this way. So Bigfoot, you got about a quarter mile to show yourself. Thought it was going to be quiet for a second. Man, it's aggravating. Just want to take a nice, quiet, peaceful hike where I could really listen to what's going on around me. I don't know. That don't really look like a foot, I guess. Kind of bad timing. Since 4th of July was yesterday. Didn't expect it to be so noisy tonight. Because it wasn't noisy last night when we went. We kind of went around the same time. Sounds like there's a water source over there somewhere. going downhill pretty steep right here. I mean, not real steep, but it's a bit of an incline right here. Or decline right now for me, but it's downhill pretty good. Gotta take it slow. I'm at the bottom of the hill finally. Just for kicks, I think I'm going to do a rock clack. Since there's plenty of big rocks right here, decent sized rocks. We'll do a little rock clack just for, see what happens. Huh. About like when I do a wood knock, the rock just crumbled. It's still going downhill. But it don't mean I gotta go back uphill a long ways. Oh, that's a rock, I guess. Black rock. Still going downhill. Wonder if that's coal. Oh, no, that's some kind of mesh. Still going downhill. I got a feeling I'm going to be going back uphill a long ways. Still going downhill. All right, now it's leveling off. Well, no, just a little for a little while, and then it goes downhill quite a bit. Man, really steep. It's super steep right there. And then it looks like it just drops off. Oh no. Looks like it goes right down into a valley. Oh, I better look at the map. Great. Looks like I made a wrong turn at the fork again. I should have gone down this hill. And it's a long, long hill. At least I'm glad I didn't go all the way to the bottom. This isn't the right direction to the car. Sure glad I got this app though, because it works off satellite, so even if I don't have a signal, I can see where I'm at, find my way. If I just look at it right, quit turning the wrong direction. Pretty good hill right there. Quite hard to see on camera, but it's a pretty good incline. Where's a horse when you need one? Now it goes down the hill for a little bit. Hey, there's a big rock. Perfect. A little dirty, but that's all right. I could sit here for a little bit and listen. Catch my breath. It's one of them giant mosquitoes. It's big enough to carry a cat away, flying around my head. Looks like I'm not the first one to think of the idea of sitting on this rock. I'm used to Western Ohio hilly, not Eastern Ohio hilly. Big difference. Not that we don't have hills this big, but just not as many. Get a little more of a break in between. And it's dark back in there. Even with my light, I can't see very far at all. I could see about 10, 15 feet is all. I think the batteries are going low on this light actually, but I don't know. It's kind of better to not have it real bright, I guess. And I got batteries if it does go dead, but and I also got this light, which is plenty bright. So I'm not worried about finding my way out, but I think it's better to have a dim light. Dim enough that I can still see, but doesn't blind them if I look at them. Although it probably would blind them, but at least it's not a super bright one. I don't hear nothing but frogs. This is what I was wanting to do, is just find a place to sit and wait for the fireworks to quit. So I guess it's a good thing I did go this way. But like I said, it's only about a quarter mile out to the car. Shoot, I gotta look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but stinking tick right there on my finger. Can't get it to focus. It's a tick right there. Man, I'm sick of them things. You don't want to let go. That makes number 5 that I pulled off of me today. Ticks. Man, I hate them. I did hear something moving to my left just now. Sounded like it was on the other side of the trail. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to have a tick when I'm back in here where I'm at. You know, kind of asking for it. Probably dropped off this tree right above me. Might be another one that I haven't found yet. The phone on this camera, or phone, the mic on my phone is pretty decent. Picks up pretty good. And then the camera is real good. I mean, I can see pretty good at night with this camera if I got some kind of light. So, even though I got that DJI pocket camera, which is a nice camera, 4K, got a 1-inch sensor, it just doesn't do good at night at all. So I use it during the day, and at night I use my phone. Bardo. Be nice to just go live, and then it wouldn't have stored on my phone and upload it and all that. It just would already be there, done. But kind of doubt anybody would be watching it live, especially if I'm out at 1 or 2 in the morning. But I mean, I guess there might be people that watch it now at 10 o'clock, maybe. Hearing something again over on my left. Might have been a nut falling. I don't know. I heard something going through the trees there, a little movement. I think it was a nut. 10:30 right now. Yeah, I don't know if anybody would be watching if I was live, but I don't know if anybody will watch this video either, for that matter. But unless something exciting happens, not really much point to watch it. Just somebody walking through the woods at night. Oh, don't go downhill. I am going to double check my app before I start walking again. All right, just want to make sure I'm going the right way this time. Here in the bar down, pretty far off the I think this would probably be a kind of boring video because you can only see a few feet ahead. So there's not a whole lot to look at, I guess. Be nice to be able to show you some eyeshine, but it ain't happening. Even the deer would be kind of nice. See something. Here's where that fork is. I should have gone this way. Just heading back out to my car, to the road. They sound like they're not that far away, but they probably are. Sound's just probably carrying. Well, plus I got these headphones on, so that's amplifying it. I think I'm going to drive back that direction and see if I can see where they're at. There's not much down there, a couple houses. Unless maybe it's one of them houses that's having a big party. It's possible, I guess. Going uphill again. At least it's not real steep. This light really puts it out there. I suppose the video would probably be a little more interesting with this light, but I just don't like to use such a bright light. So muggy. I'm soaking wet. At least I got a little fan I can have on in the tent tonight. I really don't like this time of year. I loved it when I was a kid, but don't love it now. I'll take the fall weather anytime. I'd much rather be a little chilly and put a couple blankets on. Than be soaking wet, sweating, trying to cool down with a little tiny fan. I bet it's still close to 80 right now. It feels like it, and it's so humid, so muggy. I don't know if it's because I'm near water or what, but it is very muggy. Drops off pretty good right here. Not hearing nothing, I just looking around. There I heard something, but I think it was those people. First it's all kinds of noise from the fireworks, and then it's just them yelling, carrying on. I think this is the trail I came in on, because I know it comes out at the road, and it's the only one on this side of the road. So this has to be the trail I came in on. And there's that feather again. Or it might be a different feather, I don't know. Although I think this is that spot that I was talking about where something took off. Yeah, because let's see, that open area should be right up here. Yeah, right there. So this is the spot. Look at my app one more time. All right. Since I'm heading back to the car, anyway, it's not all that far. I'll go ahead and use this bright light so at least you can see. Make the video a little more watchable. Although, who knows who'll get that far into the video to see this part. Like I said, I don't really like using such a bright light, but I don't really like making a video where you can't see nothing either, so there's that. I thought about going back the trail a little ways, just sitting there at camp, but there's two ponds right there, and all you'd hear is frogs. It'd be hard to hear if anything was moving around. And if I tried to go a lot farther, it's like uphill the whole way. Not bad if you're on a horse, but I mean, it's a pretty good hill too. You gotta go clear up over the ridge. So, yeah, I don't think I'll do that either. We heard 2 nights ago, sounded like, well, it was Jay's friend come out with his son. We were all just sitting around the fire talking, and we heard sounded like a pretty big stick breaking. We all heard it. Wasn't real close, but I mean, it's right there at camp, back in the wood line. That was 2 nights ago. It was, I don't know, about 10:30, I think. Not real late. Forgot that print right there. Oh, that's a deer. Couldn't tell. Anyway, last night, it was about, I think it was around 4 in the morning. I heard a real loud stick break, and it was right behind my camp. I mean, it could have been could have just been a branch breaking off. That's all I heard was that. I listened for a little while and fell back asleep. That was all I heard, was that stick break. Never heard any movement or anything. I think I might be almost to the road. Not sure. Would have been nice to come out here about 2 in the morning. But since I got to drive home tomorrow, it's probably not a good idea. It's almost a 4-hour drive home. Probably ought to get a little bit of sleep tonight. Although I'm sure I'll stay up till 1 or later, sitting around the fire listening. Yeah, I think this is where I came in at the road, I think. Maybe. Let's see. Right here, maybe. Yeah, I think this is where the road's at. Where is it? No. It's that big open field area. I better look at the app again. Get turned around. Check it again. Alright, I was going the right way. I just wasn't supposed to turn there. Just gotta. I'm glad I took another look because apparently I need to go this way. Every time I come to one of these forks, I make the wrong turn. Barred out. I thought I heard something, so that's why I stopped. I don't hear it now. Actually, the direction I'm supposed to go is uphill. Still going uphill. Guess I just didn't notice it coming in. I thought I was going downhill. Starting to level off. Should be getting in better shape by now, as often as I get out. What retirement does to you. Makes you soft. check it one last time. Make absolutely sure I'm heading to the car. I don't understand how I'm going the wrong way again, but I didn't need to go uphill after all. I was supposed to turn at that fork somehow. I don't know how I'm getting so turned around this time. It doesn't usually happen, but I sure am this time. According to this, the car is to the left out that way. The road should go left up here at the fork. I could have sworn that that's what I did when I got to that fork. And it was that open field, but maybe that's the way I was supposed to go. I keep hearing something on my left over here. I don't know if it's something moving along with me or what. Every time I stop, I don't hear it. But I'm hearing something on my left. I don't hear it now. Oh, yeah, I did. I heard something on the left. It sounded like it was up ahead of me that time. I'm hearing it. Every time I'm walking, I hear it. Try to walk quieter. I didn't hear nothing just now. I stopped because I have a towel around my neck and it was starting to fall off. Not hearing it now. Yeah, I don't hear it. So thick, there's no way I'd see anything. In a way, that's kind of comforting because it's so thick, there's no way anything's coming through there without me hearing it. Heard it again on my left. I was thinking, well, it could be a nut falling, but it's not really any. Looks like there's not really any trees on out there. It's just like a couple trees right here and these bushes, but on the other side of that, it looks like it's kind of open. So I don't think it's nuts falling. Here's the fork again. I know this is the way I went. I went out and I said, oh, this is that open field. But apparently, that's the way I need to go. And that's where I was hearing something's right over here, coming on, right along here. So Let's see. See if there's anything out here. See, I was hearing something right on the other side right here. Coming all the way down through there. That's where I was hearing it. All right, check the app one more time. Okay. According to the app, I'm supposed to go through this field right here. It's like a quarter mile, but it's right through here. I remember coming here last night because I remember seeing that tractor. This is that hayfield that we came out in. And he saw some, what he thought was eye shine over in there somewhere. So we were down a little farther, I think. And we came out into this field. Yeah, it's over in there where he thought he saw eye shine. All right. Check this one more time. Yeah, I'm going the right way. I just gotta go this way for quite a while. Those bushes there kind of remind me of Alabama, except they were taller than that, but the way they ran right alongside the trail. That's a bummer. I did that hike while the fireworks were going. I should have just waited. Would have been nice to go through there now when it's quiet. I don't even hear the people now. Nice and quiet. There's a little trail through the field right there. Probably a deer trail. Barred owl way out there. This barred owl went off last night about 2 in the morning. And it was a really wild sound. It was like a real high-pitched howl, kind of. It was almost like a scream. And at first, it woke me up, and I was like, oh, wait, what's that? And then I realized it was a barred owl, but it didn't sound like one at first at all. I should have that on the recording. When I get home, I'll have to find that. Pretty wild sound. I heard coyotes. Like, I think it was the first night I was here. I heard it sounded like either it was 2 packs of coyotes or they had split up for some reason and were in 2 different spots. Which may be what it was, because I was hearing them from 2 different directions. Neither one sounded like very many. It only sounded like 3 or 4 in both spots. So they may very well split up, and who knows, maybe they were just making that noise to find each other again. I don't know. I should have that on the recorder too. But I never heard them except for that first night. It's the only night I've heard them. Maybe I slept through it, I don't know. Check all the recordings when I get home. Hopefully I'll have something on there. Trying to see, making sure my headlight was even still working. It's kind of dim, so I couldn't even tell if it's still shining or not. But I think if I hear something, I'll try to look with it, not with this real bright light. See if I can catch eye shine. That's probably what I should just have done all along, so on the video I can see where I'm at, see what's going on. And if I hear something, use the dim light to look for it. Although, when I was in Alabama and I caught that eye shine, I was using this real bright light. I had it on my head. And when I got to the end of those bushes and saw those 2 eyes, they didn't flinch. They kept looking right at me, even with that bright light. Hey, here's the road, I think. It's just not coming out right where I parked. Yep. I gotta figure out which way I parked. I think I went to the left. Or I parked to the left. I don't know. I have to look. Alright, I made it back out. Let's see how far I went. How far of a hike. I'm sure it was over a mile. Not sure how far. Alright. We'll see what happens on the next one. Walking down the road back to the car. All of a sudden I got that feeling that I get sometimes for no reason. Maybe something's watching me, I don't know. Didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. Just got that feeling. Still got it for the moment. weird how that happens. Just comes out of the blue like that. Still feeling it. Man, feeling it strong. I don't see nothing. Man. No explanation for it. I still feel it though. It's like the hairs on your neck stand up for no reason. Whew, man. Creepy feeling. I didn't feel that way the whole time through that trail, through the woods. Now I'm right out wide open, and I feel that way. Don't make no sense. Okay, now it's going away. I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel it now. Just heard something move over there, like a stick break, right over in there. So I wasn't sure what I was hearing off in the distance. It's voices, people. That feeling come back. Whew, now it's back. And I did hear a stick break over in there. Huh. Just when I thought it was gone. Actually, I don't feel it now. Just felt it there for a minute. It just comes and goes like that. No explanation for it. Light's pretty good. It's hard to believe this is the light I used in Alabama that I caught that eye shine with. It's pretty bright. I think I had it on. Well, let's see. I might not have had it on the brightest setting. There's a van right up there. I don't feel it now. I don't know. Felt it there for a little bit. All right, signing off again.